Just feet away in Oakland right now as this second protest in the Bay Area begins. I'm told that we have Shonda Scott on the phone right now. Shonda is the chair of the board of directors of the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce. Shonda, how are you tonight? Are you at home? Are you watching this from TV? Or are you out there in downtown Oakland?
I am at home due to the shelter in place and the social distancing guidelines that we're still under. So I am not out there physically, but I'm watching it.
What have you heard, if anything? What are you expecting tonight out of this protest in Oakland? Obviously, it's meant to be peaceful, but we've sort of seen what's unfolded in San Jose this evening.
Well, I hope that this moment, as I've hoped in other moments, but I hope in this moment, because we are in a unique situation under a pandemic and shelter in place, that the senselessness of this brutality that's happening time and time again on the African American community will cease. That we will all start coming together as we are together fighting COVID-19 for our communities, that we will see that this is no longer, it never was acceptable, and it's unacceptable at this time, and that more of us will truly come together as we continue to say we're all in this together. With COVID-19, we have to be all in this together to change what's happening in America.
Well, and Shonda, you raised such a good point that we've been talking about tonight, is that we've, for the past several months been in this shelter in place, and there has sort of been this feeling of we're all in this together here in the Bay Area and throughout the country. But then the situation in Minneapolis unfolded with George Floyd's death, and it sort of brought up all these old feelings again and made us realize that perhaps we're not all on the same page after all.
So what the chambers, the African American Chamber, the Vietnamese Chamber, the Chinatown Chamber, the Metro Chamber, and the Latino Chamber in Oakland have been doing is standing truly together. And we even took pause in the moment of the efforts that we're fighting for our communities for this COVID-19 that's impacting us disproportionately, economically and health-wise, to take a stand to say that we are still in this together and this is not okay. And in Oakland, we're making a stand for a national presence to understand that we are continuing to stand together, because what COVID-19 and what this pandemic has showed us is that this world has changed. And if we don't change, we're all going to be devastated. And this cannot, if this happens to one of us, then it's happening to all of us. Our country will not be whole if we do not correct these wrongs that are happening. You cannot disproportionately imbalance one group and not think it's not going to impact the entire nation. We are truly in this together, like sink or swim. So we are deciding to stand strong and push forward, and we will not tolerate this injustice anymore. And we're locked together to support each other economically, health-wise, and in the social justice issues.
Well, and you're obviously the director of the Chamber of Commerce, the African American Chamber of Commerce in Oakland. What are you hearing from the businesses that are part of the commerce?
Well, what's the ironic part of it to happen right now is in this moment, some of our businesses were looking at how they were going to reopen after being shut for weeks, after their economy had just, been devastated because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And they were looking to see how they could start opening up their business. And in this moment, they're conflicted, because as a culture, this issue is our cultural issue. And as an economic business, now they're wrestling with their business might be impacted because of this social justice ailment in the United States that we haven't resolved, in the midst of them trying to recover from a pandemic that still exists. So that some of those businesses are having to put signs up in their windows to let people know that they are a small African American owned business. We're here. We're the businesses that will be employing you when this is over. So don't harm us. We're standing with you in unity. But the fact that these people are having the fact that they're thinking the moment to open up is now this week,